class stuff, but yeah, let's get this party started with Tricky Ricky Wright.
Live from Västerås, Sweden, Fight Club Rush presents 3-minute rounds in the amateur lightweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, he is undefeated at 6 wins, weighing in at 69.9 kilograms, fighting out of Sweden, William Svart. And his opponent in the red corner with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat, weighing in at 70.3 kilograms, fighting out of Sweden, Randy van Gula. Your referee in charge of the action, Mattias Sjödén.
Mattias Bulten Sjödén in charge of this amateur lightweight contest. William Svart in the blue corner against Randy Fungula in the red. Greatness seemingly running in Fungula's genes. He is actually the cousin of famed Swedish actor Dada Fungula Bozela, who broke through in a Netflix TV series. Okay, here we go. Fungula 1-1 in FCR. Svart making his debut, and he has a bit of an awkward style, so it's usually very tough to figure out.
Yeah, and also starting off orthodox. You know, when I was studying tape, Svart was fighting as a southpaw, but who knows, maybe he switches back and forth.
Yeah, I've seen him do a little bit of switching. And look at that, catches the kick, gets the takedown. Very nice work there.
And as you said, Sebastian, he has 4 TKO finishes on by a ground and pound, right?
Yep, I mean, when he gets his top position, I mean, if he gets to mount, it's many times been a done deal. Not a lot of fighters in A-class MMA have made it out of the second round with him.
Great head position here by Svart. Fungula trying to recover full guard, gets his knee involved here.
Svart really broke through for many in his amateur title defense against my teammate Benjamin Hadjijan. Hadjijan, who was a multiple-time Swedish champion and wrestling champion. He did drop Svart in the first round, but Svart battled back and truly showed his championship medal. And so far, Svart not really able to get any offense going, as his right hand is kind of being caught there by Fungula.
Yeah, nice wrist control there by Randy. But Randy, however, is not getting himself out of this pickle. Kind of an awkward position here. Someone needs to let off and take a risk here if we want to see a change in position, or, you know, Mattias Sjödén might get involved.
Yeah, we did see Sjödén allude to asking for a little bit more action.
1 minute left.
That's the thing, Svart not really able to posture up for long enough to get away or to get off more than one strike. That being said, though, I mean, he has been controlling almost the entire round. So while it might not be the prettiest, so to speak, if he continues in this way, it'll be 1 round in the books for Svart.
Sure, he's really eager to pass, you know, just pass to his right. I mean, he could do some back and forth, you know, go to the left and back to the right side, but sometimes you have like a good side to pass on. Like, you always want to pass towards a certain side. But I feel like that wrist control, that arm control, that stiff arm right now by Fungula is kind of keeping Svart at bay here.
And there we're going to see some pound. Well, a strong round for William Svart, the first ever fighter to compete in FCR representing Växjö Titans.
Always fun when some of these middle and smaller cities make their way up.
I'm hearing whisperings of strength and popularity of Svart's career, perhaps causing a debut in his hometown of a smaller southern Swedish promotion sometime next year. So clearly a lot of hype behind this guy. for Fungula, perhaps one of the most one-sided rounds we've seen against him so far in FCR.
Yeah, not a lot of damage taken, but yeah, he was not able to impose his will. Just like a defensive round, but definitely 10-9 for Svad.
Yeah. Striking exchange there, nothing with a whole lot of power behind it, but Fungula seemed to connect.
There, that left kick by Svad, always dangerous. Wow, just missed. Yes, Svad looking really bouncy in this matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's never really a stationary target, and it makes it very hard to both score takedowns and strikes against him.
Randy's corner telling him to let the hands go. But interesting that Svad is imposing his wrestling tonight.
Well, I mean, he does like to sort of just bring guys down, often off of the cage, and then just drowning them in ground and pound. I'm actually surprised with the ease that he got that takedown, too.
Yeah. I think maybe Randy isn't used to people trying to take him down.
Yeah, he's usually the one putting the wrestling on. And now back again in half guard here. And a seemingly better position for Svad to score offense. Svad has actually talked about when he visualizes fights, he visualizes it backwards. It starts off as he's walking towards the car in the parking lot, and then he's in the locker room with his family, and then sort of just rewinding it back until, which is something very interesting that I've never actually heard of before.
Oh, me neither. As Fungula is working towards kind of a Kimura grip, but not really. I think he's going to let it. Yeah, he's going to give up his back with that. Bad decision there for Fungula. Svad with one hook in here.
He's got to be mindful of not giving up the top position. It's a jockey. Look at that. Fungula gets the top.
Great scramble by Fungula. Need to have the legs involved there for Svad. The legs weren't involved, and Fungula was managed to take advantage.
Oh, wow. Oh. Nice work there from Svad.
With ease as well.
You know, there may have been some doubters thinking like, oh, Svad, he comes from a small gym in a small town, and he's fought in small promotions, but he's doing some big things right now before our eyes.
Oh, one of Randy's dreads on the loose.
Yeah. We should call him William the Barber Svad.
Nice knee there towards, you see that?
Yeah.
Nice. Opening up, you know, the midsection, landing some knees. All right, again, good work from Svad. I feel like Randy, he had his opportunity there in that scramble when he ended up on top, but he couldn't stay on top.
Randy very frustrated. He threw his mouthpiece to the canvas.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've never seen him in this much trouble before. I mean, he's not getting completely blasted on the ground, but he's not. A lot of stuff isn't really working for him either.
It's kind of a step behind just because Svad is first with the takedown. So Svad is the one initiating the grappling, taking Fungula down. So while on the ground, it's on Svad's terms. So again, Fungula needs to be first or counter that shot, because Svad has been shooting now twice.
Yep.
So now he knows it's probably coming in the third. So needs to adapt here. That's what great fighters do. They adapt. Another 3 minutes, and Randy Fungula needs a finish.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. If he's going to be leaving here victorious, he's got to get the finish here in the third round. There's no way he's going to win a decision. I think perhaps it's Sved's awkward style that's giving Fungula some issues too. it must be hard to sort of duplicate in training.
Now he's trying to initiate the wrestling, but heavy sprawl from Svad.
Great sprawl. He kind of angled out of it his way.
Svad is looking really good tonight.
Oh yeah, this is among the best I've ever seen him. And look at that. He reverses that takedown attempt into side control.
Great work. And Randy needs to let go of that head.
Yeah, he's risking a long flu choke. I'm loving these knees to the body.
Yeah, Svad is really shutting Fungula down tonight.
Yeah.
Opening up there for the head and arm.
Yeah, I think that's what Svad wants to go for.
However, he is in kind of a shallow half guard.
Svad has told me previously, when I feel somebody wilting, that's when I start breaking them down. And we haven't quite seen Fungula wilt yet, as we have earlier opponents, but definitely the most adversity we've ever seen Fungula in.
Yeah, Fungula really trying here. Nice, but back down he goes. Again, same situation as before.
And yeah, literally the exact same situation, the same reversal attempts and so on. As we approach the final 30 seconds here. And I think that anybody doubting William Svad just because he's fought in smaller promotions, I think that doubt is completely extinguished at this point.
Yeah.
Because it truly is only because of the defensive prowess of Fungula that Svad hasn't managed to land more offense. Wow, what?
Yeah, he had a lot of crazy kicks against Hussein Khodor. It's like a throwback fight.
Yeah, it really was.
All was missing was the pants, the long pants, the kickboxing pants.
Yeah. An immediate takedown offense here for Sebastian Ketty. Which would make sense. I mean, Ankalaev is such a wild and unpredictable guy on the feet.
Yeah. I think you want to try and take him down, or at least like wrestle some of that explosivity, some of that gas out of his muscles. Make his arms heavy, his legs heavy, and then maybe you can strike with him.
So far, Ketty unable to secure the takedown. CM, what would you say is missing from him getting his opponent to the canvas?
So you see that strong overhook on the left side there. Ankalaev is staying disciplined with it, but now it's turning in. I was going to say, that overhook was strong, but now it is turning into more of a strong underhook for Ketty. And as soon as that happened, I feel like Ketty felt it, and he felt like, hey, now it's the time. Now I can go. So great work there by Ketty.
And so far, resorting to more of a kind of a stalling position from the bottom.
Again, now back to those overhooks. You can see that now, like Ketty is not, he doesn't have underhooks. It's more Ankalaev who has strong overhooks right now, negating damage. Yeah. However, he is not escaping this position, holding his opponent's arms like that. He's going to be pinned to the ground. And if he's not wary and active with his legs, Ketty is going to move to mount as well, because that half guard looks shallow.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. Nicely spotted, very CM. Yeah, it looks like Ketty could just slide his right leg over, potentially. And he's going to try. it's a pretty open half guard. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Kitty isn't moving into mount, but might be a strategic move.
Could be because of those overhooks, like you could get bumped and then you can't post. So you don't want to feel dumb and, you know, pass the full mount and just get reversed like that. So perhaps he wants to have more contact with the canvas. But, you know, in MMA, you can also be comfortable here in half guard. He is winning here, but with 20 seconds left, I would like to see some more urgency, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering the fact that Keddy, he is coming off 2 straight split decisions, one against him and one for him. I'm sure that he would love to leave it out of a judge's hands this third time around in FCR.
Oh, full mount.
Okay, well, a strong first round there for Sebastian Keddy. Ankalaev seems pretty unbothered, though. He didn't take a whole lot of damage. Let's take a look at some of those. Oh, no. Taking a look in the corner here, the red corner of Sebastian Keddy.
Looks focused.
Yeah. And I think that perhaps he feels spurred on by the fact that his last fight, while he did get the win, it was a close contest, and I'm sure he wants a little bit more dominance here. There we see that's the takedown that secured him that top position, which he held on to for the rest of the first round.
Yeah, let's see here what Ankalaev can do to change the trajectory of this fight. See if he can keep it standing, keep his opponent at bay.
Nice jab by Keddy. He has such good range.
And he has long legs and long arms.
Big overhand, just glanced here from Ankalaev.
Great timing. Very nice timing by Ketty, and down he goes, straight to side control.
As you mentioned, CM Keddy actually is a runway model and modeling for several different clothing brands as well. And it wasn't something that he sought out personally. He was just approached and head-hunted right on the street.
I feel like that's how they catch these guys, right? They just see them on the street.
Yeah. So I guess the best base for being a model is just being good-looking and being in the right place in the right time. Another takedown attempt there.
Yeah.
Nice defense from Ankalaev.
But again, Ketty stays on him.
Oh, wow. But look at that. Keddy rolls with the takedown, secures top position. And some
Good
heavy
position here.
strikes.
Might have connected to on the chin.
Ankalaev wanting probably to turn in towards his opponent. It's going to be easier said than done. Gets driven down by Keddy.
Ketty has been in a lot of grappling competitions, and he has been very active in MMA. He's working on that rear naked choke without the hooks right now. I would like to see him get the hooks in. Full mount, however.
Yeah.
1 minute left. Thanks, Ricky. Now off to the races here.
Keddy has said, speaking of those 2 split decisions, he said third time's the charm, and so far it's looking like he was correct in that assessment.
Very nice work here. Nice work by Ankalaev as well.
And Ankalaev right in front of his corner, so I'm sure he's getting the best possible coaching, but it's so much easier said than done at this point. Oh, look, he's going to get the Dagestani handcuff on the Chechen.
Solid round there by Sebastian Ketty.
Yeah.
Again, a step behind Abdurrahman Amaev. Even when he reversed, he got reversed back.
Yep.
He just can't engage in the grappling department right now. In this third round, he needs to try and keep it standing. Just let it all fly.
I mean, I like the creativity there with the hip toss, but he just didn't really follow it up. Yeah, I think he just needs to keep it standing at every cost now in the third and final round. Third and final round, here we go. Yeah, Katie looks to be in the best shape we've ever seen. Wow, yeah, nice kick to the face there.
Yeah, tried to fake the takedown, come up with the right hand, but didn't throw it.
I guess gauging the reactions there of Amaev.
Nice leg kick. Way too easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Amaev needs to drill some more takedown defense because that was very, very easy for Ketty to get right into side control as well. Oh, he's going to get the crucifix position by the looks of things.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. Very tough spot here for Amaev. Easy pass to mount. It's been getting easier and easier as the fight has been going on here for Ketty to just impose his will. Now 2 minutes. And that bridge just gives up the back.
Ketty has a body triangle and plenty of time to work.
A lot of frustration from the Amaev corner as well. Understandable.
Yeah, Ketty is just all over him at this point. And I'm just getting the impression that there seems to be a great connection between Sebastian Ketty and Nico Musoke. It just seems as if Ketty is following the instructions. And here he has the Dagestani handcuff once again, 50 seconds to go. He could land a lot of offense here.
Nice left hand.
Oh!
Ooh!
Got a little too reckless there. It's so much easier said than done, especially when you're feeling the fire of like having the points stacked against you, but you gotta keep it controlled in situations like that. Trying to bridge out of it once again is Amaev. And Ketty once again stepping over the mat. Easily gets the Dagestani handcuff.
All right, that is it. Great work by Kraft's Sebastian Ketty. Looked very, very good here tonight.
I am ready to lock and load. Let's hear it from Ricky Wright.
Live from Västerås, Sweden, Fight Club Rush presents 3 3-minute rounds in an amateur super heavyweight contest. Introducing first in the blue corner. Tonight he makes his debut weighing in at 112 kilograms. Representing Sweden, Alden Reis. And his opponent in the red corner also making his debut, weighing in at 143 kilograms. Also representing Sweden, Andreas Stolpen. Your referee in charge of the action, Anders Taxi Olsen.
Anders Taxi Olsen in charge of the first ever super heavyweight contest here in FCR, as we see Andreas Stålberg, Sweden's strongest man, in the red corner, and Aldin Reis in the blue. And some very different demeanor between these two.
Reis was telling him to smile. He was telling him to smile just now. Oof. Oh my goodness. Wow. He was loading that right hand.
I mean, he got that cocked up all the way from a parking lot.
My God, I can't believe that Reis is electing to fight him like this.
Yeah, this is a... oh, look at that. Manages to turn him down, does Stålberg. I mean, he has been training with Andreas Gustafsson, who style-wise probably has the most base that will be similar to that style which Stålberg will fight with.
Look, Stålberg is, pressuring forward with the knee in the middle here. He has been training, you can see that.
Yeah.
Ooh, landing now.
Big strike.
Stålberg. Let's see how the gas tank holds up. This is a frantic pace, and those muscles need oxygen.
High clinch there for Reis. He does have a head trap, but this is amateur, so he's not allowed to need of a head.
Oh! Gets his opponent down to the canvas. Stålberg is taking... Oh!
Big strikes, and look at that! Aldin Reis shuts down the strongest man in Sweden. Wow! I can tell you now that yesterday Aldin Reis actually drove me to the hotel and said that he would get this done quickly. And he actually told me, I've got it written down here, I got a feeling that he's going to sleep.
Yeah, and Stålberg pointed towards his shoulder. Looks like he might have injured himself in one of those exchanges. And Aldin Reis is, now he's acknowledging the fact that he's injured and stuff, and now they're embracing, because Reis, he was very intense.
Yeah,
there.
he was super fiery.
I felt like when Stålberg entered the cage, it was like Reis got super fired up.
Yeah. And look at, I mean, what a coming out party for Aldin Reis. He's been away for a while. He said that he was struggling with some issues, mentally, just going through life, basically. And that's why we haven't seen him in such a long time. But he is here, and by the looks of things, here to stay.
Yeah. Short, but very entertaining showing here. I think almost 2 minutes we got to see these giants in the cage. Let's see if Ricky Wright is ready to give us the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Anders Olsen calls stop the action at 1 minute and 12 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by tap out due to strikes, Aldin Reis.
All right, here for winner, Aldin Reis. You'd been away for a while, but you came back with a bang, my friend. You just shut down the strongest man in Sweden. And you told me yesterday, after this, tomorrow you're jumping on your motorcycle, driving to Holland for an AC/DC concert. It seems like this might be one of the best weekends in your life so far.
Correct. 100% my best fucking week. It's going to be great. Thank you, Stålberg, for standing and banging with me. Not a long time, but who cares? I have to bang. I have to punch somebody.
Well, you looked so excited the moment he stepped into the cage. It's like you truly came alive. We could tell that you were so happy to be back inside the cage after a long layoff.
I'm so happy, and I'm happy he showed up. I knew I'm gonna beat Sweden's strongest man. But hey, respect to him, he showed up. No excuses, he's here. And he's just got his ass kicked, whooped.
Well, he's the strongest man in Sweden. What does that make you right now? Because this was a strong performance, and those of us in the know that you've done a lot of good things at amateur before. Now that you're back, what's next for Aldin Reis?
What's next is AC/DC concert, my friend.
And while this is a big change in opponents, he was originally supposed to face Ibrahim Halil Milli. Now we see a more wrestling-based fighter in this Adebayo, but that's kind of a stuff.
Oh, he dropped it right away! Oh my God, that came out of nowhere.
That was lightning quick.
Straight left, right down the pipe. Active guard here from Söderberg.
And I wonder if perhaps Anderson will be serving better, disengaging and letting him back up. Yeah, he does.
It was like he can hear you.
Wow, that's some deceptive power in Anderson's punches.
Piston of a left hand.
Oh, there's a takedown attempt.
Oh! Almost jumped on his back there.
Yeah. Perhaps a bit of a tactical error. He might have served better to sprawl out of it, because this is exactly what Söderberg wants. He wants that top position. He likes that ground and pound, getting his opponents to turn over and then relinquishing the back and rear naked choke. So let's see what Anderson can do now from bottom position. Oh, nice work. Well, I mean, this was kind of his bread and butter for many years, both as an amateur, as a pro. I mean, obviously he does want to keep the fight standing.
Heavy pressure here from Söderberg. This is exactly where he wants the fight to be. Had to battle some adversity there.
Trying to get out of the half guard is Tobias Söderberg. As mentioned, Milwaukee's neither fighter has yet to go to the judges' scorecards as a pro.
The arena was quiet until that man yelled, "Just stand up."
Yeah. Nice job there by Söderberg. Gets to the full mount. That's the thing, Söderberg. I mean, he is tough as nails, even in losses. He really shows what he's got, but this is some heavy ground and pound now.
A tough spot here for Anderson. He's trying to strike back, but this might be finished here, and there it is.
Wow. Huge win for Tobias Söderberg. Makes a quick turnaround and gets that 100% finishing rate intact.
And it started off dangerous there for Söderberg, getting dropped in the opening seconds, but
yeah,
he managed to take that fight to where he wants it and got the win. Great win.
Yeah, I mean, he is such a warrior, Tobias Söderberg. Doesn't matter if you drop him, if he gets the opportunity, he's going to turn things around and put it on his opponent.
Yep, but I'd still believe that Anderson managed to honor his late friend, even in defeat. He fought well, he fought hard. Let's hand it over to Ricky Wright for the final decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Eklund calls to stop the action at 2 minutes and 34 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Tobias Söderberg!
All right, I'm here for winner Tobias Söderberg. You jumped in here on short notice, I guess the hometown favorite, but you did not let any boos or anything like that work against you. You got dropped, but like the warrior you are, you battled back to top position, and now you are back in the win column, my man. How do you feel?
Jag ska ta det på svenska. Fan, Johan är en sån jävla krigare alltså. Men den här serien känns så jävla bra. Jag vill tacka alla mina sponsorer, mina träningskamrater. Jag vill hälsa till mina barn, Leo och Dante. Och sen vill jag tacka mitt management, Virachi. Andres Virachi, du är fan kung alltså.
All right. Men han sänkte dig tidigt. Hur svårt var det att kämpa tillbaks från det?
Och jag var borta där en sekund alltså. Men, ja. Ja, jag vet inte vad jag ska säga. Jag är fortfarande yr alltså.
Ja, men du kämpade igenom som en krigare. Du visade dig vara gång på gång. Spelar ingen roll om du blir sänkt, om du käkar någonting hårt. Du lyckas kämpa dig tillbaks varje gång. Var kommer det ifrån?
Lionheart. Nej, jag vet inte. All in. Jag kör all in.
Jag vill inte spela poker mot dig i så fall. När du fick den mount-positionen, visste du att matchen skulle avslutas där och då?
Ja, det kändes så. Jag hade jävligt bra position där.
Och du började din karriär kanske med inte jättemycket aktivitet. Det gick 1 år mellan din första och andra proffsmatch. Nu har du verkligen vänt på aktiviteten. När tror du vi kommer se dig i buren nästa gång?
Snart. Till hösten kanske. Det lutar åt det i alla fall. Internationellt.
Ja, det låter väldigt, väldigt spännande. Oavsett vad det sker så vet vi att fansen ser Tobias Söderberg. Let's hear it for a winner, ladies and gentlemen!
Great win by Tobias Söderberg, back in the win column against a formidable opponent, making his comeback here tonight. Congratulations to Tobias Söderberg.
Yeah, a big and much needed win for him as he was coming off of 2 straight losses. Back in the win column now, and it seems like some international stuff might be awaiting him. That is great. Whew, and we're already at Ibrima Fall.
It's been moving quick.
Yeah, a thunderous pace for sure. First, we welcome in all the way from Poland, Artur Niebruzowski, which is a name that I guarantee you that I completely butchered right now. He gave me a little lesson yesterday while we were waiting to be picked up and taken to the weigh-ins. I tried it about 3-4 times. He said, yeah, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. So going forward, we'll be saying Artur from here. But despite what some of his stats might show, he actually started with Muay Thai about 14 years ago and then found BJJ. And he said that he loved both so much that the only proper turn of events after that was, of course, MMA. He was out of action for a long time because he went through not 1 but 2 knee surgeries, but now he is back. He is coming off of a loss, a doctor stoppage in October of last year, but he was super hyped for this opportunity. And when I asked him about a change of opponents, it doesn't matter. All I want to do is fight and win again.
Yeah, so Artur Niebruzowski had a great 2022. He stayed very active, managed to rack up 3 straight wins. However, as you alluded to, coming off a loss here, he suffered 2 straight losses in 2023. Hasn't fought since back in October. Looking at this guy, looking at tape, I see him as kind of an orthodox brawler. He doesn't mind standing and banging, which could play into the hands of his opponent here, Ibrima Fall, who we will be talking more about in just a couple of minutes. He wants to keep it standing, so however, when his opponents try to initiate the grappling, he is no slouch on the ground. From what I have gathered, it looks like he is not the one initiating the grappling when it happens, but if it happens, he doesn't mind it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. This might be a striking affair here for Ibrima tonight, and this might be a sleeper one, folks. We'll see.
Yeah, I will be highly shocked if this fight goes to the judges' scorecards anyway, you know, no matter which way you cut it, because both these fighters are super eager to keep it out of the judges' scorecards, and their fighting styles kind of speak for themselves. And once again, making a quick turnaround, not just to competition, but to MMA itself, because Ibrima Fall suffered a tough submission loss in April of this year, and he actually hung up the gloves after that. He said that he was done, he was tired of grappling, he was tired of wrestling. But then, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, his phone started ringing, and it was FCR's Davor Ostergonats. And already then and there, Ibrima Fall knew what was up. He said, okay, somebody, and he picked up the phone, he said, somebody pulled out, didn't they? Said, yes, and you want me to fight, don't you? Yes. And then Ibrima Fall was pretty quick and to the point, saying, all right, in that case, I want to get properly paid, and I want it. Because that is exactly the kind of fighter that he is. You know, he had a rough upbringing, grew up with violence around him as a young person, has ADHD, and took medication for that, but the medication made him feel worse. The only thing that did make him feel better was training, and that really is where he has excelled. He has fantastic physique and explosiveness, and while he hasn't always had the results with them, he has a gold mine of potential that is yet to be realized. That realization could come in Västerås here tonight.
Yeah, and this young man, he has a story as well. He shared it on a podcast where he said that he was sent to his homeland by his parents and treated to what can only be called a like a camp for raising him. Like it's like you're gonna learn to behave in the homeland. This is nothing new. However, he was not treated well there, beaten a lot of times, and had a very traumatic experience. Managed to make his way back home to Sweden, but that has really affected him and kind of made him into the man he is today. Now, as you mentioned, he did retire from MMA just 2 months ago, but he said like, hey, I'm not retiring from combat sports. I want to keep it standing. I want to continue with the striking. So this could be a perfect matchup for him. And you look at his physical stature, he actually told me yesterday that he has a reach of 213 centimeters. Like that wingspan. And speaking of, I mean, this is, he always brings a show.
Yeah.
He always brings a show.
Before, during, after, it's, yeah, you get your money's worth with the Dream of Fall, that is for sure. Let's check out the tail of the tape between these two middleweights. As we can see, they're pretty similar age-wise. A substantial height advantage resides with the Dream of Fall. Both guys not necessarily in the win column as of now, but that will change. Now, let's hand it over to the one and only Ricky Wright.
Live from Västerås, Sweden, Fight Club Rush presents 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, his record 2 wins and 3 defeats. Weighing in at 84 kilograms and fighting out of Poland, Artur Niebierzudowski. And his opponent in the red corner entering the cage for the 6th time, weighing in at 84.4 kilograms from Gambia, now representing Sweden, and Pereira. Foul! Your referee in charge of the action, Mattias Sjödén.
Mattias Bulten Sjödén in charge of this middleweight contest here. Between Ibrima Fall in the red corner and Artur Niebierzudowski in the blue. And this has all the makings for something that will be like a very small cake, short and sweet.
Here we go, folks.
Nice checking of a kick there for Fall. And I think a key to success for him will be pacing himself a little bit, because sometimes he throws himself into things, and while he does do a lot of damage when he does have success, he does also at times leave some defensive holes. So I like that we're seeing him kind of pace himself a little bit more here.
Good point. And we looked at the tail of the tape. It says that there's a 10-centimeter height difference. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
They look quite similar in height. Niebierzudowski is quite tall himself.
Yeah, definitely not a small fighter, the man from Poland. Takedown attempt.
Cameraman needs to watch out. Cameraman almost got hit.
The Pole putting on the pressure now.
Switch to southpaw for Fall. Heavy pressure here by Niebierzudowski.
And it seems as if a takedown attempt is imminent. Yeah, there we have it. Can't Fall keep himself upright.
And as I mentioned in the walk-ins, you know, Artur normally doesn't initiate the grappling. However, he has to have, you know, studied some tape beforehand.
Yeah.
And seen, you know, he's on a bit of a skid himself, and one can only imagine that he wants to take the easiest route to victory. However, Fall is not giving him this takedown for free.
Yeah, definitely. Niebierzudowski having to work for it there. He finally gets it. Exactly what he needed here in half guard.
And here is where Fall has been struggling.
Open guard there for Fall. He might be trying to sweep, perhaps. Nice job there by Niebierzudowski. Nice, steps over the full mount as well, and here he's raining down the ground and pound.
That left elbow. Yeah, tough spot here for Fall. Almost 3 minutes left, and these elbows are doing the deed. Yeah, gives up the back, gives up the rear naked choke, and that's it.
There's the tap. Artur Niewdrudowski gets the submission victory in the very first round. Welcome back to the win column.
Yeah, I believe that those elbows really, really hurt. So Fall, if he couldn't escape, he was going to give up the back to at least not eat those elbows.
I mean, I'd rather get a rear naked choke than an elbow to the face, I'll be honest.
And I think that's what happened. Congratulations to the Polish fighter coming over here to Sweden to spoil the party here for Fall. And who knows if Fall will be returning to the MMA cage. He might move on to kickboxing and Thai boxing like he alluded to earlier. So we're going to get these fighters lined up and have the thief of the night, Ricky Wright, read us our Miranda rights. We're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Matthias Quedian calls stop the action at 2 minutes and 21 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by rear naked choke, Artur Niewdrudowski.
All right, I'm your winner, Artur Niewdrudowski. You were supposed to, yeah, I know I butchered your name, I'm sorry. It's okay. You came in here, you're supposed to fight Nabi Malki, but then you got a change of opponent and a big change in Ibrahim Fall, who has a very different fighting style. Was that hard to deal with heading into this fight?
Really, I have same game plan for Malik. So it's similar, but he too much higher. But he got long legs, and I think it's better for me. So middleweight, I cannot. I don't want cut much weight, so it's better for middleweight.
And on the feet, obviously, Ibrahim Fall, always dangerous, but you knew that you would have an advantage taking it to the ground. Once you got into the mat, did you think that you were going to be able to get the finish there?
Yeah, I know that. But I don't think so. I don't think it was in first round or maybe in second. But you see.
And when he came into the cage, he marched right up to you, being kind of intimidating, kind of trying to egg you on. What were you thinking when that was happening?
It's very nice. It's really good for me. I like that type of fighter.
Yeah, well, it definitely brought out the best in you. You came into this fight with a loss behind you. Now you are back in the win column and in a big way at a big show. What's next?
We'll see. Popeye, my management, my fight management. Maybe he books some fight soon. We will see.
And would you still be interested in fighting Nabi Malki? Because that was a fight that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I think it's good. It will be good fight.
And if that is the case, do you have anything to say to Nabi Malki now?
Get ready.
All right, well, I know we will get ready and stay ready. Until then, let's hear it for your winner, Artur Niewdrudowski.
A great win by Artur Niewdrudowski. Managed to take his opponent to the ground, landed those heavy elbows, which managed to get Fall to turn over his back. And yeah, back in the win column here for Niewdrudowski after suffering that loss back in October. Congratulations.
Yeah, a big win for him, and you know, honestly, after seeing this, I'm still down for the Nabi Malki fight.
For sure, for sure.
You can thank me later, FCR, for cutting that little promo for you.
Mm-hmm. Now this is an interesting one.
Yeah. It sure is. The much-awaited pro debut of Västerås's own Millie Eriksson. She had a very rocky start to her amateur career. She had, a couple of wins, a couple of losses. She struggled to find consistency, but then she turned a corner in her career, and that eventually brought her to a gold medal in the 2021 IMAF World Cup and a silver in the 2023 World Championships. That included wins over the likes of Sunny Brenfors and many, many others, such as Katarina Rychowska, basically the best female amateur flyweights in the world. She also managed to be the only one to, as an amateur, defeat the world champion Nikolia Milosevic. So this has been a much anticipated pro debut, and of course we're going to get it on the biggest of all stages.
Yeah, Millie Eriksson entering tonight to Lil Wayne's A Millie. I love that. And you could see like she couldn't wipe that smile off of her face. She has been waiting for this moment for a long time. Did most of her training camp in Thailand along with boyfriend Alexander Löw, who we will be seeing later on tonight. Despite her young age, she's been around the game for a long time. And, she's been training in Västerås, also trained at All Stars for a while with Josefin Thunder Knutsson, Elin Öberg, and trained with some of the people she's actually fought, because she's fought Öberg as well. Yeah. And now waiting to start her professional journey here tonight. A striker at heart, spars with everyone at Västerås Fight Club, obviously spars with all the males. When I was there, I saw her sparring, Safi Husseini, who we will be seeing later tonight as well. And she's getting quite the pop here tonight as well, really soaking it all in.
She definitely should soak it in. She's earned this moment in her career. She actually made her amateur debut in FCR, and now she makes her pro debut. But somebody who made her pro debut way back in 2009 is none other than Finland's Maju Mountain Mama Suotama. Because when she made her debut in September of 2009, Millie Eriksson was just 10 years old. And Suotama is somebody who has been in there and truly fought the absolute best in the world. How about former UFC champion Misha Tate in her sixth fight? Shanna Young, Ashlyn Daly, Hanna Selene, Lucia Pudilova, Ketlin Souza. She has been in there with the absolute elite. She has an 87% finishing rate with 5 TKOs and 2 submissions. And now she is making her way to Sweden for the second time. The last time out, she ended up picking up a loss to Hanna Selene. And I'm sure that she comes back here to Sweden with revenge on her mind.
Sure, and Suotama was actually getting quite the pop as well. I believe that the Finns have made their way over to Västerås yet again, here to support her, but obviously also Valtteri Häkkinen, who we will be seeing facing off against Baisan Gurmakaev later on. Big age difference here tonight, big experience difference, as you mentioned, fighting Misha Tate. I mean, that's the highest level of the highest, so no idea. I mean, it's not often that you see someone with 15 professional bouts matched up against someone with 0 professional bouts.
It's a tough test. It's definitely a tough test. I mean, sure, Suotama might have a little bit of a 50-50 record, but I mean, as stated, those losses are to elite fighters, truly the best in the world. So yeah, it's a big test for Millie Eriksson. But honestly, the way that she has looked since that beginning of that 2021 run, honestly, I feel she's up for the task.
For sure, and Suotama's very physically strong. She has great body locks, good takedowns against the cage. Let's see how this one plays out. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape, because this is going to be quite the big difference here.
Oh yeah.